Said the more I sing this song, the more I feel your love fall down on me. Said the more I sing this song, the more I feel your love fall down on me. And in the darkness I am found with your love surrounding me. Feel this, can you feel this? My heartbeat out of my chest.
We are gathered here today to witness the formal joining of Justin Thomas Smith and Angela Dawn Peterson in the legal state of matrimony. You are to be married according to the orders, customs, and the authority granted by the government of the province of Alberta. Matrimony, as understood by us, is a state enriched by a long and honorable tradition of devotion. According to the law, each participant is equal and supports the common rights of one another to the marriage. Marriage is not just a ceremony here today, it is a commitment for life. Therefore, it is not to be entered into thoughtlessly or irresponsibly. Who gives this woman to be married to this man? We do. Mom? Nope. Mom? Oh yeah, right.
Thank you.
Marriage also means working together to create and sustain a home in which the marriage may flourish. With this understanding, Justin and Angela wish to be joined in marriage. Therefore, I now call upon you both in the presence of these witnesses to repeat after me. I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I do not know
that I do not know
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Angela Dawn Peterson,
Angela Dawn Peterson,
may not be joined
may not be joined
in matrimony to Justin Thomas Smith.
Justin Thomas Smith.
Justin, I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I do not know
of
any lawful impediment why I, Justin Thomas Smith, may not be joined in matrimony to Angela Dawn Peterson. As no impediment was declared or admitted, I require you to give answers to these questions. Do you, Justin, promise to give to this woman the love of your person, the comfort of your companionship, and the patience of your understanding? Will you share with her equally the necessities of life as they may be earned or enjoyed by yourself, and to respect the dignity of her own personal rights?
I do.
Do you, Angela, promise to give to this man the love of your person, the comfort of your companionship, and the patience of your understanding? Will you share with him equally the necessities of life as they may be earned or enjoyed by yourself, and to respect the dignity of his own personal rights?
I do.
Angela and Justin will now light a memorial candle in memory of loved ones lost. May they join us in spirit.
Knock it over.
I've got it. Justin, please repeat after me. I call upon those persons present
I call upon those persons present
to witness that I,
to witness that I,
Justin Thomas Smith,
Justin Thomas Smith,
do take you,
do take you,
Angela Dawn Peterson,
Angela Dawn Peterson,
to be my lawful wedded wife,
to be my lawful wedded wife,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forward
from this day forward
in whatever circumstances
in whatever circumstances
or experiences
or experiences
life may hold for us.
life may hold for us.
Angela, I call upon those persons present
I call upon those persons present
to witness that I,
to witness that I,
Angela Dawn Peterson,
Angela Dawn Peterson,
do take you,
do take you,
Justin Thomas Smith,
Justin Thomas Smith,
to be my lawful wedded husband,
to be my lawful wedded husband,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forward
from this day forward
in whatever circumstances
in whatever circumstances
or experiences life may hold for us.
life may hold for us.
Having declared these marriage vows, may I have the first ring, please? I give you this ring,
I give you this ring,
an everlasting symbol
an everlasting symbol
of the vows we have made to each other,
of the vows we have made to each other,
and as a token of my love.
and as a token of my love. Can you tell me what to do here? It's a puzzle.
It is a puzzle.
Thank you, sir. Okay, good job.
May I have the second ring, please? Please place the ring on the third finger of Justin's left hand, repeating, Justin,
Justin,
with all my love,
with all my love,
I give you this ring,
I give you this ring,
an everlasting symbol
an everlasting symbol
of the vows we have made to each other,
of the vows we have made to each other,
and as a token of my love.
and as a token of my love.
It's stuck.
We'll now do the sand ceremony. Today, this relationship is symbolized through the pouring of these two individual containers of sand, one representing Angela and all that she was, and one representing Justin and all that he was. As these two containers of sand are poured into the third container, the individual containers of sand will no longer exist, but will be joined together as one. Just as these grains of sand can never be separated and poured again into their individual container, so will your marriage be. In this company, before these witnesses, and in my presence, you have exchanged these rings as the pledge of your love to each other. Now, upon the authority vested in me by the province of Alberta, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to introduce to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a
And then Thomas, Terry, and Brandon. Then Brad and Dawn. And now introducing the new Mr. and Mrs. Angela and Justin Smith.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
Who apologizes first? Who is always right? Who would be the first one to yell at a telemarketer? Who spends the most time in the bathroom? Being in the bathroom. Who gives the better gifts? Gives the better gifts. Oh, that's cheating. Who talks more? Who's likely to get lost? Who complains the most? Who's going to be the one that cleans the toilet?
You guys are not on the same page.
Who's the smarter one? Who's better at keeping secrets? Justin? Who's more likely to give the other one food poisoning? Who's more likely to drop their phone in the toilet? Who would look better in glasses? Who's more likely to get injured? Who's more likely to be running late? Who's more likely to use all the hot water? There should be no contest for this one, but who's a bigger baby when they have a cold? Who has better taste in music? Who's funnier? Who owns the most pair of jeans? Who spends more time on Facebook? If both of you were trapped on a desert island, who would be more likely to eat the other one to stay alive? Who would be more likely to ask for directions?
Two different questions.
The most likely. Who has the craziest family? most in the whole world? Aww.
I need everybody to stand out there and give a nice big warm applause as Justin and Angela make their way to the dance floor for their first dance. Justin and Blake.
I don't have a lot to show for these years of hard work. If you look at what I own, still she's always telling me to hold on to my dreams, even when my hope is gone. Some may say that dreaming's just for fools. There are times I thought that might be true, but she thinks I could rope the moon. In her eyes, there is nothing I can't do. I still cry. She thinks I could rope the moon.
First of all, just want to say how beautiful Ange looks tonight. Haven't seen you look like that. Well, as the bridesmaids as well. The groomsmen are not so great, but Justin, you are handsome. Especially in the ivory. Justin and I have been causing trouble for a few years. Probably over 15 to 20 years, come to think of it. When I think about it, Thomas, from getting drunk and 4x4ing with his Cavalier to being roommates and putting holes in my walls. Those were the good old days, Justin. But obviously we're still good friends, causing a little less trouble nowadays. But not much has changed because now he's got Ange. She's pretty much his full-time babysitter and chauffeur to drive him home on the bender nights that we have. But yeah, I remember one of the first camping trips with Ange. You remember at Elkwater there when you tripped on that tree root? Yeah, she kind of fell flat on her face, but it took about an hour to coax her to get up. Finally got back to the camper there, but it was a pretty good weekend. I would do it all over again. But yeah, she's definitely a very generous woman. Always willing to put her time and help anyone out despite how busy she is. She has a lot going on in her life. She helped me out with Justin's wedding. She had a lot of stuff going on at the wedding. So thanks again for that, Ange. I really appreciate that. But yeah, all jokes aside, these two are really good for each other, and I couldn't be happier for both of them. So yeah, raise your glasses to Ange and Justin Smith. Woo! Thank you.
Very pleased to be here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dawn, Justin's sister. I've been here all the way from Ottawa. When I first heard about them getting engaged, I was over the moon excited. I remember when my mom first called me to tell me that Justin had met a girl, finally. But they were just friends, apparently. And they remained friends in the friend zone for quite some time. And finally, though, when the engagement came out, I was quite happy. Took you long enough. And I knew right away that they were meant to be together because there was a line of beer cans on this side and a line of Diet Pepsi on this side. I thought, yeah, they're meant to be together. I love you, Ange. I really do. And knowing that you're there to look after my brother really means a lot to me. It means more than you'll ever know. And I welcome you to our family with wide open arms. There's just one big piece of advice you really need to know, okay? If he had anything to do with the planning of the honeymoon, you're in for it. When Justin and I were little, he came up with this great idea So he says, well, let's go ride the bus downtown. I thought, great, let's do that, you know. So we get in, we put our money in, and we go and we sit down on the bus and we ride it all the way downtown. And we get there and we get off the bus and we thought, this is great, you know, this is fantastic. If Dad knew we were here, if Mom knew we better get back on that bus, because if Mom knew we were here. So we wanted to go back on the bus, but Justin, the wonderful planner that he is, only had enough money for one way. Yeah. So now we're thinking, how is this going to work? How are we going to get back home? We're all the way downtown. We don't want to call Mom. That is a last resort. There is no thank you. So he decides, okay, you know what? We'll just sneak on the back of the bus. There's 2 doors. We'll sneak on the back. So the driver comes and kicks us off. And we're left standing there. And he has this another great idea. Let's earn some money so we can get back home. And I thought, oh, thank goodness you're here to look after me and protect me. And he says, sister for sale, 25 cents. And here I am. Okay, great. Obviously, I was really smart too, right? Anyways, the bus driver took pity on us and brought us back home. And so, Ange, if my brother had anything to do with the planning of the wedding, I've got you covered, okay? Okay? I know it's not enough to get you back home, but at least you won't have to deal with him anymore. He'll be out of your hands. My greatest wish for the 2 of you is that through the years, your love for each other will grow, and that years from now, when you look back on this day, your wedding day, it'll be remembered as a day that you loved each other the least. And may your for better or for worse be far better than your worse. So in closing, I'd like to thank you for having me be a part of your big day. And I'd like to thank the bridal party for putting together the stagette. I wasn't here, I wasn't able to do it. I thank you, girls. I love you, Justin, and I love you, Ange. To the new Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Well, this has been kind of hard on us. 2 weddings in 1 year. I was really stressed with Donovan and Alyssa, and this one just about killed me. Anyway, you guys finally signed the papers, and we couldn't be happier. Angela, you almost shocked me. I don't believe that when you were born you looked like Dad, because you look beautiful today. Like, it just totally takes me away. Yeah. You're such a beautiful woman today, and always. You captured our hearts from the moment that you were born. You popped out, you looked just like him, and the doctor spanked your ass. Your name itself means angel and dawn, a new beginning. And that's exactly what you were. Your sweetness melted our hearts, and in general, you lit up our world. You talked at a young age, always asking why. And oh my God, take off with any stranger, Dad. You would assume he'd catch you even if not looking, and just jump. Stand at the stairs, and he's tying his shoes, and he looks up and goes, oh, shit. Ice cream and movies with Dad, even midnight Cheerios. Camping was your favorite time, yet you sure looked baffled when eating those marshmallows. Each time you put one in your mouth, Dad would say, don't eat me, don't eat me. Oh, how you sat and cried. And I felt sorry, but Dad kept, you'd go again, and he'd go, don't eat me, don't eat me. And I think, just knock it off, blockhead, but you were just fried with that. But that did show us that you had a caring heart. Fighting with your brother, and I warned you. I'll stop the car. Well, you just had to get one more pinch. Yep, one more. I pulled over fast and I said, get out. He was on that side. What did you say? Aw, it's okay. You stay, I'll go. You were always the protector. My heart raced when I went to turn around and you were gone. There you went into a store and told the nice man how Mommy dropped you off. I was so humiliated, and today I would have been arrested. You never showed much interest in cooking till you met the man of your dreams. Now it's Chef Ange. You can be set in your ways, as I am sure Justin understands. Yet in the end, you forgive, easy, and accept. Family is important to you, and for that we are really grateful. You put your life on hold whenever Dad or I need you. We thank you. How very proud Grandma Hill would be, and I'm sure she's looking down on you today and smiling, as is Justin's Grandpa Tom and Grandma Dorothy. Justin, I'm so glad that Angie's middle name is Dawn. Had her name started with an S or been something like Susie, she would now be an ASS. You dreamed of this day since being a young girl, and now your dream has come true. Complete with your very own frog. Oh, I mean Prince Charming. It's so satisfying to know that you married a great man. As you begin life together, we wonder if there's anything that both of us can say to be of value. Keep loving each other. Today, this is easy for you, and maybe it is hard to imagine otherwise. But sometimes life just gets busy and difficult, and we get distracted from what really is important. Marriage is not always easy. Do not be fooled. Those ugly and difficult times, they just test how strong your love is. Do not compare yourself with others. Laugh often, cry when needed, love deeply. Value your brain and your heart. Both are important. Think before you speak. Remember, the words you say may be forgotten, but how you made that person feel, that never goes away. Never break a promise. Lost trust is very hard to rebuild.
Those are all good, but Justin, these are things that you need to know as well. Even if a man speaks in the forest and no woman is around to hear him, he's still wrong. If not for marriage, men would spend the rest of their lives thinking that they have no faults at all. Justin, always remember these three little words. You're right, dear. Justin, keep the seat down. Angie, keep the lid down. Never go to bed angry. Stay up and argue it out until discuss it. Don't argue, discuss it until a solution is reached. Give a daily call to say I love you. Touch base to discuss your day, simply to show you care. Remember to say thank you. That goes a long way. Simply put yourself in another person's shoes, or like I always used to say, stand on both sides of the counter.
Care about each other's families and friends. Get to know them. Overlook their differences. Each family has their own traditions and values, their good and their bad. Sift them together and make your own life now, but never forget your roots. Parenting is an experience not taught in books. And like I've said before, they teach you how to have sex, and we had all the books, but we lent them to Donovan and Alyssa, but you can get them from them, okay? Occasional gifts, small tokens of love, like notes, rekindle your love and remind you of it.
Be in the moment when you're together. Concentrate on each other, not the troubles of the day. Simply make time for each other. For one day, the friends will be busy with their wives, husbands, kids, and they've just been on one party. You're now a team. There's no more me, it's us. Yep, marriages are made in heaven, but so are thunder and lightning. You both wear the pants. Decisions are made together. Jokes are fun, but sometimes not funny to someone else. So do not be like me, and when company comes, say, oh, I'm glad you came, now we get a good meal. That didn't work so well. That was a fail. If you disagree, take turns, or pick an alternative. Most issues are too little to sweat over. Justin, if she whines she needs a new frying pan, buy her two, because she's cooking for you. It's not true married men live longer than single men. It just seems like it. A happy marriage is a matter of give and take. The husband gives and the wife takes. Seriously, you must learn to compromise. And for goodness sake, don't just say, oh, she's just PMSing.
I so remember Mustang Man. I simply looked at you, Angel, and said, wow, he's cute. You looked at me, kind of rolled your eyes. Never did I imagine he would become our son. You kept him kind of secret, though, and they've already talked about the dates, but you've met online, and then you met in person, and then you start going out, and then you got engaged, so we don't have to go through all those dates. But
Justin, you will need to know those dates and the exact time. We have them written down, so come see us after.
do you remember Meet the Parents night? I think for over a year we tried to get you to come to our house. Finally you came, and man, were you crapping yourself. You were so nervous, you drank beer after beer after beer after beer, and I thought, is he trying to make us look better? I think Donovan even commented, man, he can drink. I don't blame you for being nervous, but you were sure anxious to get the heck out of there. You've grown so much over the years. You're kind, you're caring, you're helpful, and you caught on to how to keep her happy. You've learned that yes, we are a different breed. And your shoe thing said, both families are weird. How happy we were when you asked her to marry her. Now you're her man. There's no turning back. You have true love. It's for what's in the heart that counts. She so believes in you. She once told me that if Justin sets his mind to anything, he can do it. And Dad and I believe that. You are a proud man and compassionate too. We're so proud and happy Angie fell in love with you. But this bloody quadding, I tell you, did you have to take that up as an activity? But then on the other hand, there's the bubble bath, nail polish, sexy nightwear, which we'd kind of like you to explain, but I'm sure you're just going to stand up and go, I'm too sexy for my body.
Angela, how beautiful you look today. You radiated immensely. Once again, making us so proud. Justin, you're about to spend your life with a woman you love. I can tell you from experience, you're in for years of love and laughter. Tears and fears. Stay close in sickness and health, good times and bad. Be thankful for the gift of love. We thank Diane and Steve for accepting our daughter, and we too gratefully accept Justin. Now let's join in our toast to welcome our new son into our family. Treat her well, Justin, and Angie, treat him well. The best is yet to be. Take it from my experience. And lastly, Justin, take care of my little girl.
My name is Diane, as you already know. So 39 years ago, Steve and I came to Canada, leaving our families behind. We then started our own small family with Justin 7 years after we got here. 3 years after that, we had our daughter Dawn. She then got married, gave us 2 beautiful grandchildren, which then made our family grow. And then Justin met Ange. Ange, we welcome you to our small family, but now you have made us a bigger family. And Ange, we love you with all our hearts. Thank you for making our family complete.
I have to ad-lib a little bit here. Dwayne and Linda are our adopted daughter and son. Their children are our grandchildren. Oscar and I met Linda and Dwayne in 1975. I met Linda at the Medicine Hat Regional Hospital on the pediatric ward, and shortly thereafter we introduced our husbands, and we've been very good friends ever since. On June the 24th, 1982, Angela arrived. When Dwayne came out of that delivery room, he had the biggest smile on his face and the broadest shoulders, carrying that little pink bundle. Angie grew up being a very pleasant and polite girl. Linda always had Angie dressed to the nines. Angie had the most beautiful dress you ever wanted to see. I have two of them here tonight. Even my granddaughter wore them. I don't think I ever saw Angie in a pair of jeans. Could you hold this? Turn it around.
I think it'll fit you.
And here's the other one. And Angela,
Yeah, this is, you're doing it.
I didn't wash these dresses because they've been hanging in the closet for years. I put them in the dryer with a dryer sheet. Don't wash them because I'm sure they'll fall apart. I remember Dwayne and Angie come over one night for a visit on an evening when Linda was working 3 to 11. Oscar and Dwayne were sitting at the kitchen table visiting, and Dwayne said, "Mark, do you have any potato chips and onion dip?" And I went and got them. Well, him and Oscar are eating potato chips, so I'll go and get the popcorn twists. So I went and I got the popcorn twists, and I had one in my hand, and I reached across the table to give it to Angie, and he said, "No, she can't have one of them. They're too salty." And I thought, oh, what's wrong with this man? And besides, he said, she'll choke on it. And I thought, choke? They melt in your mouth. So little did Mr. Peterson know that when I babysat Ange, she got popcorn twists, she got hunks of toast, she sucked on a dill pickle. She hasn't choked. Did she choke? She's still here. In closing, I'd like to just say a little poem for you guys. The Art of a Marriage. To cultivate a marriage is a very special art that starts with an upturning in a corner of the heart. The tiny seed of loving must be deeply planted there and nurtured with the sunshine of warmth and tenderness and care. Add a touch of humor just to help the plant along. Lightly water it with teardrops to start it growing strong. Soon the buds will start appearing on each tiny stem and vine, and shall bloom into a marriage of two hearts that intertwine. Thank you.
I just wanted to thank everybody so much for coming out to Elkwater to celebrate with us. We really appreciate having everybody come from out of town and to have all of you here tonight. First, I'd like to say thank you so much to Steve and Diane for raising Justin to have such a kind heart. He puts on a hard exterior, but really he's quite a softie on the inside, and I've got to know that part of him, and I couldn't be happier about that. I'm so glad I found him to spend the rest of my life with. I'd also like to thank my girls, Dawn, Terry, and Liz, for everything they've done for me and sticking by my side, being my sounding boards through all this planning. I was quite crazy throughout all this planning, as a lot of you know. To Donovan and Alyssa for all of your help and advice and reminding me that stressing out planning a wedding is completely normal. Thanks also to Alyssa for doing the videoing today for all of our events. So we can look back and remember everything. This is fine. I got this in paper. It's okay. To Wendy, our MC, for so many things. She is the one that made the gorgeous cake that everybody had a piece of there, as well as all the table runners and the bride and groom napkins and so much more that she's put together to help. I really appreciate all that you've done. To Lisa, our amazing photographer, for capturing the essence of today I can't wait to see all these pictures. Thanks also for over 12 hours of your help on Tuesday, baking all the wedding favors, the cheesecakes and the Rice Krispie things was all done destroying her brand new kitchen. To Marley for controlling the ceremony music today, and our officiant Wendy Klassen, who isn't here tonight. Huge thanks to Stan with Shooting Star for our awesome meal, but he's not here either. To Penny, who hasn't even really had a job to get started tonight, but it will be soon. Our bartenders also, who are eager and ready to get us drinking, I'm sure. To Auntie Sue coming from England, and Dawn and the kids, of course, from Ontario, all of my family from Regina and Edmonton. We're so grateful to have you guys here tonight. To Shay for doing our hair early this morning, and again, giving me so much wedding planning advice, seeing as though she just went through all of this a few months ago. Tina and Summer with Scissors and Son that did all of our girls' makeup this morning. Gary, who I believe is gone now already, but for closing the studio today to be here and allowing me to have so much time off work during our extremely busy season. My Auntie Dawn and Auntie Sharon, who did a bunch of baking for the goodies for midnight lunch and our rehearsal last night. Can't wait to try them. I'll give you a minute.
Yeah. I'm quick. Thanks to my boys.
That's what she said.
Not that way.
That's what she said.
Thanks to my boys for putting on a great bachelor party. Brad, Thomas, Brandon, Robino, Dwayne, and Linda for raising such a great little daughter. I suck at speeches.
It's okay. That's why you only have the small part.
I think that's all I've got.
Mostly, I'd like to thank my mom and dad for all their help in organizing everything with me. Mom and I have spent countless, endless hours on the phone going over and over absolutely everything for tonight. I think we finally ironed everything out and everything turned out amazing. I'm happy with the setup and having everybody here. Our delicious barbecue rehearsal last night from them and our awesome midnight lunch that's coming up. Just you wait, guys. To Dad for all of his hard work on the slideshow and making me cry for the first time the entire day. I didn't cry at the ceremony, but I cried during that. So thank you, Dad. But mostly I want to thank both of you for teaching me throughout life how a real marriage works. You guys have truly been through it all. The good, the bad, the ugly, and sickness and health. And although I know times get tough, you guys are proof that true love can conquer all. It's hard to believe that next month, on October 19th, will be your 40th wedding anniversary. And we couldn't think of a better way to honor you guys and to say thank you than to celebrate your anniversary tonight with us. So if you guys don't mind, we'd like you to take the dance floor, and we're going to have you guys do an anniversary dance together in celebration while we have all of our friends and family together. Thanks for everything, you guys, and happy anniversary.
it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan. And I'm too sexy for your party, too sexy for your party, the way I'm disco dancing. I'm a model, you know what I mean, and I do my little turn on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk, on the catwalk. Yeah, I do my little turn on the catwalk. Sexy by far. And I'm too sexy for my hat, too sexy for my hat. What you think about that? I'm a model, you know what I mean, and I do my little turn on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk.
All the single ladies, 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 all the single ladies. Now put your hands up in the club. You just broke up. I'm doing my own little thing. You decided to dip, and now you want a trip. 'Cause another brother noticed me. I'm up on him.
Justin, congratulations. You went through a lot to get here, and I still can see you, Angie, when you tried on that dress and said, "Oh my God, Mom, I am a girl," and tonight you really showed it. I wish you all the happiness in the world. Love you guys.
Good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
So guys, Mom's here. Love you both. Take care of each other. And Justin, you're never coming back home.
Good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Feel it.
And Justin, just like to wish you guys all the luck in the world in your life. And Justin, good luck with that. Thank you.
Tonight's the night. Let's live.